Hi everyone. Back this month with some more dynamic CRM tips and tricks. As usual, you can get all of this information through our blog. So if you want written tutorials or step-by-step directions, that's the best place to go. And you can also sign up for our newsletter so that you receive the blog posts in your inbox. So today we're going over the posts from January, and so that means the first one, these are all kind of a hodgepodge of different topics. So we'll just start with the first one that I have on my list, and that's product order. And this applies to quote products, opportunity products, order products. So if you've ever worked with them, I happen to do a lot of work with them over the past few months, so I'm familiar with all the random ins and outs. But if you go to the opportunity form, you'll see the built-in grid has this ability to move and resort items. If you've ever tried to work with opportunity products in a grid outside of this, you'll know that this grid right here is not customizable. So if you want to change anything about it, you have to create your own subgrid experience for the user. And that was the case in the project that I was working on. So I needed more fields or different fields in this view. So I added my own subgrid, which also meant that the inline edit feature was no longer available. So you'll see that here. This is just acting like a regular subgrid, whereas in here you can go in and change the quantities, or inline edit is what they call it, without having to open the actual opportunity product. So in this view, again, in my situation, I was working with a subgrid, and I wanted to better understand how the products were being sorted. So, right, we refreshed for a minute there. Okay, so we have this product 1000 followed by product 1, and then another product 1000. And you can see that that's the same setup here. And the sequence number is 4, 3. There was probably a 2 on here at some point, but you can see it goes down in descending order. Now, if we change the order, let's say we want this one to move up, we can use these little arrows, and then that will resave. I think I might have to refresh the page. Yep. So then I'm going to refresh, and then we'll see down here what happens with the sequence numbers. So let me refresh really quickly, and then we'll check out what happened. All right, so scroll down. Now we have the first one followed by the second one. Okay, and that is also the case here. So now we see the case, the one that we moved, now has a sequence number of 3, and the other one has a sequence number of 1, and they're still sorted correctly. So Microsoft Dynamic CRM is changing the sequence number in the background so that when it reloads, it's sorted correctly still. And you'll notice that if you've worked with these, you'll know that the most recent product that you add will be at the top of the list. So I'll just show you really quickly by adding a new product. Save, close. All right, so we'll go back to our opportunity form, and then we'll see that that demo bundle that we just added is now going to be at the top. So this is what we just added. And if you scroll down a little bit more to our other, this has been added now, and it has a sequence number of 5, so it's at the very top. Okay, so that's a little bit about product order and the sequence number, which will be the same for opportunity products, quote products, things like that. All right, moving on to the next topic that I have. This is about the potential customer field. So let's go, right now we're looking at an opportunity, and we can see that the contact is Jack and the account is Chicken Soup for the Soul. So, and this is the name of our opportunity, so just keep that in mind. If we go to our contact and we want to see the opportunities associated with him, you would think that you would look under the opportunities, but as you can see, we don't have any, and we were just looking at the opportunity and saw that Jack was on there. So if we go to the account, we will see that opportunity. And the reason, here it is, and the reason behind this is because of the potential customer field. So the potential customer field can be either an account or a contact. And in this example, the potential customer is an account, so this opportunity didn't show up related to the contact. If we change it to the Jack, okay, let's save that, and then go to Jack's record, we'll see that the opportunity does show up there now, and it will also show up at the account level as well, because the information rolls up. So if you're ever looking for an opportunity and it's not showing up in your list of associated opportunities, it may be because of that potential customer field. I have another blog post about filtering out the accounts or contacts from this field. So if you only want, my suggestion is to use this field for the customer name, like the contact, like we have in this, but what you're seeing right now. And then just create a separate account for the account, separate field for the account, like you see here. And then when you're looking for potential customers, here, let's see if we show you. When I look for Chicken Soup for the Soul, go back, you see that Jack as a contact and the account Chicken Soup for the Soul showed up. If you want to filter it out so that you only see contacts, I have another blog post that you can go check out. I think it's from probably November or October of 2015. You can check out how to do that there. All right. Oh, and one more thing to remember about this potential customer field is that it does map to quotes as well. So you just have to make sure to remember to, if you're using it on the opportunity form and the quote form, you want to make sure you're using it the same way. Okay, so the last thing to review today is about JavaScript, and it's a fire on change function. We just choose that. Okay. If you've ever worked with JavaScript, you know that you can fire a command or a function whenever a value of a field is changed. So let's say that every time we change the topic, I want an alert to come up and tell me, hey, you changed the topic, just to remind you, okay? So we'll go into our topic field. This is the form editor. I open the properties for the topic field, and I go to the events page. So I already have a JavaScript file on here, and this is the function that I want to run. So whenever the topic is changed, I want an alert to show up and tell me that it changed. Okay. So add that down here. Click OK. Make sure you publish, save and publish your changes. All right. And reload our opportunity form. And then I will test it out by changing the topic. So let's do this. Finish loading. Okay. So when the topic changed, my function ran, and my function was very similar. It just has an alert window telling me that the topic changed. Okay. So what if you have a situation where the topic is going to change because of some other function on the page? For example, maybe whenever you change the purchase time frame, you want the topic to change because you want it to be like purchase time. You want the topic to include the purchase time frame. So if the time frame changes, the topic should also be updated. But when the topic changes, you're also supposed to fire that alert. So in that case, what would happen was you wouldn't, since the topic changed as a result of JavaScript, the topic wouldn't fire its onChange function. So there is another function that you can use, and it's called fire onChange. It's very simple. All you have to do is add it at the end. So let's say, now I have another function, and when that field changes, I want to make sure that I also fire the onChange event for the topic. And the field name for topic is name. So this is what you have to put in there. Very simple. Again, this is just an example. This really wouldn't apply or make sense in a real world situation. So what we're going to do is on change of the purchase time frame field, I'm going to fire the on change event of the topic field. And if you remember, the topic field's function is to show that alert. So we're going to save and publish our changes. And then we'll refresh the form. And if all goes well, we will see that alert. All right. Reload. Okay, so on change of the purchase time frame, we see our alert because on change of the time frame field fired the on change event for the topic field. And that's it. So that can help. I found that to be useful for a situation where I was doing a lot of different calculations. So if one field changes, I needed to make sure that all of or several other fields changed as well. And that is it. So thank you for joining our Hangout. Again, if you have any questions or you'd like to review how to do these things, you can check out our blog and go through past history to see everything that we've posted on, including today's topics. All right, so thanks very much for joining, and I'll see you next time.